Today I want to share with you a really fun and colorful Mother's Day tablescape idea. I'm Nicole with Adorn the Table, and I recently did a poll on my channel asking how you celebrate Mother's Day or how you plan to. Are you planning to go out to eat? Are you planning on have people come over and serve buffet style? Or do you usually take your food dishes and pass them around the table? I was honestly surprised because 60% of you serve your dishes and pass them around the table, which means you don't really need or want a centerpiece on your dining room table because that's going to take up all of that valuable real estate that you need for your food dishes. So I had the idea, let's create a Mother's Day tablescape that is focusing more on the place settings, that's where the color and style and fun is going to be. And we're not going to have much of a centerpiece. And our centerpiece is going to be so easy and movable that you don't need to move things around to find space for your food dishes. I'm really excited to share this idea with you. I think you're really going to love it. When I was coming up with ideas for my Mother's Day tablescape idea, I knew that the foundation needed to be bright and colorful and that I wanted to mix patterns. But I wasn't too sure if I was going to start with a tablecloth or placemats. So I decided to do a little bit of shopping and I found the perfect thing at HomeGoods. Now, I know not all of us have the same things at our HomeGoods store, but I'll make sure I put a link to something similar down below for you. What I found though were these really fun floral placemats. I love the bright, vibrant colors and this really nice, soft, subtle blue and white stripe ruffle. But you can see that these placemats are already doing what I wanted to have happen on this tablescape. I've got lots of color and I'm mixing patterns. So they are the perfect foundation for my Mother's Day tablescape. For my dinner plate, I'm going to be using this wonderful blue and white floral print. Now notice the blue on the plate is the exact same blue that is in the border of my placemats. It is not the same blue that is in the floral pattern of the placemats, but complements the blue on the border, which is why this plate works so well in this place setting. The other thing too, if you notice, my placemat has a very tight and small floral pattern, where the floral pattern on my plate is a little bit more open and medium size, so they are good complements to each other. They're not fighting each other. And then the other thing too is that this plate, it's helping to tie in the blue that's in the border to the overall place setting. So I'm just going to take and put my plates in the middle of my placemat. On top of my dinner plate, I am going to add this green and white salad plate. Notice there's no other colors on this plate but the green, which if I remove the blue and white dinner plate, this green in here complements the green in my placemat perfectly. So by adding it on top of my dinner plate, I'm adding some more dimension, a different color, and a different pattern. Now I know this is a flower, so it's a floral pattern, but it is not the same pattern that is on my placemat or on my dinner plate. And this one, you'll notice, is a big single pattern. So we've got the small tight on the placemat, the little bit more open and medium size, and then we've got a very central large pattern on the salad plate, which is why these three floral patterns actually work well together. By combining the different sizes of the pattern and incorporating the colors from the foundation, everything is going to coordinate and look fabulous. So I'm just going to take and put one of these plates on top of each of my dinner plates. I don't know if you realized or noticed that when I was putting these salad plates out, I was making sure that they were all facing the same direction. Now, since this is a large floral print and it has movement, I wanted to make sure that each place setting, it was going in the same direction. So I could have had it where the stem was facing directly down, basically at 6 o'clock. I didn't quite like the positioning of the plate this way though. I liked it a little better, a bit more askew, kind of more at about 7 o'clock, because I liked the way that the angles of the leaves kind of branched off and gave direction in that manner. Now, of course, this is a personal preference. I would just encourage you though to make sure that each of your plates, if they have a pattern that has some directionality to it, that they're all going in the same direction, that there is cohesiveness on how you are putting them in each of your place settings. Next, I'm going to add green handled flatware that I just think has a wonderful look next to these green salad plates, and how it's repeating that color within the place setting. For my drinkware, I'm using 2 different colored glasses. I'm first going to use this beautiful raspberry colored small glass. I fell in love with the color as soon as I saw them. I found them at a thrift store. And then just this weekend, I came upon these blue tulip shaped glasses. I got 14 of them for $7. That's 50 cents a glass. You've heard me say it on other videos, but estate sales is a wonderful place to get great bargains on dishes and glassware. I absolutely love these glasses, and they match so wonderfully with this place setting. I'm almost done with my place settings, but I still need to incorporate the napkins and napkin rings. And I came up with an idea that I think ties in perfectly to these place settings and kind of the theme I already have going on, which when you look at it, the theme really is floral. I've got a floral salad plate, a dinner plate, the placemat, and take a look at what I'm sharing with you. Are these not super cute? Now, I have found the napkin rings at an estate sale. I know I keep saying estate sale, you hear it all the time in videos, but I found 6, actually there were 8 of them, all different colors, and look how I was able to fold the napkin. And doesn't it look like leaves on a flower? Which is why it's so perfect for this place setting. So I'm going to share with you right now how to do this yourself. The first thing that we need to do when doing this napkin fold is you want to make sure that you have your napkin folded into a square. And then starting with, what I do actually is I've got the fold, the tip with the fold going to the right, and then the tip that has all 4 open edges to the left, and I'm going to be starting diagonally. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold this in half. That's kind of the way I started. And I am going to make pleats coming towards me. So I'm going to fold about an inch down, and then I'm going to take on this bottom edge. I'm going to make sure it aligns with the one where I folded it in half. I'm going to fold it up. And then where that first fold is, I'm going to fold it down towards me, and now take this corner and folding it up. So it looks like this. Then I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. So bring it towards me about an inch down, then have it go away from me, back towards me, and then back up. So what I've got here all folded together, you can already see is the shape I am making that will create the leaf look. And then I'm going to start with where this folded tip is, because for me this is going to be easier to slip my flower napkin ring. And I'm going to take and slide that while still holding the centerpiece with my hands. And I'm going to slip the napkin ring down the napkin until I can get right to the center here, because that's where I want my napkin ring to sit. I want it to be right in the middle, and because I have these corners matching in the back, I know exactly where I want my napkin ring to go. And then I'm going to take and flip it over, and I can kind of pull out the sides if I want, or I could try to keep it tighter. It's really a personal preference. Isn't that adorable? Doesn't it look like I've got my flower center with my leaves on either side? And as you noticed, I didn't point out, but I'm using raspberry colored napkins that match my glasses. Look how well they coordinate. And there's a bit of a pattern in this because of the weave of the 2 different colors. It's not solid pink. You know, we've got the white and the pink together. And then my flower, as it matches within the placemat colors. I could take and put this right on top in the middle of my plate stack. But what I think looks better is I'm going to put it on the top left above my fork in the corner, and it's just kind of finishing out that whole look of my place settings. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, most of you are planning on having sit down, pass the food around meals for Mother's Day, which is why you don't want an intricate centerpiece that is going to take up so much space on your dining table and you either can't move or it's hard to move. It's also why a simple bouquet of flowers is perfect for this Mother's Day tablescape. Now, I opted for a very colorful vase. I've actually had these 2 vases for a long time. Colors happen to match perfectly again with this placemat, and I think it's just because, you know, when you find a tone of something that you're using, everything else in that same tone just coordinates and complements. So I went and found flowers that I thought would look good with the rest of my place setting and created a simple bouquet. So I'm going to put in the middle of my Mother's Day tablescape, but then, you know, as I said, when guests arrive, it can easily get picked up and moved somewhere else. what do you think of my really colorful Mother's Day tablescape and how I incorporated different patterns and colors into the place settings? Is it something that speaks and resonates with you, or is it really not quite your thing? Let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to find out. If you enjoyed my video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day with your family this year. Bye.